Daniel still family ties. No rush. Liz will be an hour late and act surprised. So always does, Katie commented. She has a lot to do. Annie defended her. She just can't tell time. Who, who's she bringing? Ted asked with interest. The photographer she's dating. The photographer she was dating. Jean Louis. Oh, a frog. He can watch football with me. Lucky guy. Katie teased her older brother. Football is such a redneck sport. Ted looked murderous for a minute and then he laughed. Katie had known how to get his goat ever since she could talk, and it was no different now. A few minutes later, they all disappeared to their rooms and emerged again at noon. Ted was wearing grey slacks, a blazer, and a tie and looked heartbreakingly like his father to Annie. They were almost clones, and Katie looked like a more dressed up version of herself. She was wearing a black leather miniskirt, a black fur trimmed sweater that Annie had bought her, and black tights and high heels, and she had put gate on her hair to spike it more and wore makeup, which she rarely did. She looked beautiful while still being faithful to her very individual style, and Annie was wearing a soft brown cashmere sweater dress and high heels. It was nearly 1 o'clock when Liz walked into the apartment. She was wearing black leather pants, a white channel jacket, and towering high heels. Her blonde hair was pulled back in a sleek bun, and she was wearing small diamond earrings that she had borrowed from the shoot, and they were glittering fiercely on her ears. The man who walked in behind her looked like a homeless person she had picked up on the street. He was wearing torn sneakers, jeans with holes in them, and a black hooded shirts, sweatshirt with holes in it too. His uncombed hair was pulled back in a ponytail and he had a beard. He was smiling and relaxed as he walked into the room, and he had brought flowers for Annie. His manners were impeccable, and his appearance was totally out of sync with Lizzie's. She looked like one of the models from the magazine, and he looked like he had been shipwrecked for a year, and his French accent lent charm to his appearance. He kissed Annie and Katie on both cheeks and shook Ted's hand. He was personable and friendly, and within minutes they all forgot how he looked. He was one of the most successful young photographers in Paris and in great demand in New York. He didn't seem to care at all about what he wore, nor did Liz. She was obviously happy to be with him, as Annie silently wished her niece didn't have a weakness for men who looked like that. They all stood around the kitchen while Ted carved the turkey, and then they sat down in the dining room. As Katie lit the candles and Liz and Annie brought in the food, it was a feast, and by the time they got up from the table, they could hardly move. I think it was young. I think it was your best Thanksgiving ever. Ted complimented Annie, and she beamed. The turkey had been perfect. She had improved her culinary skills over the years, mostly by trial and error. Ted turned to Jean Louis then and invited him to watch football with him. The young photographer was only a few years older than Ted but was far more sophisticated. He had talked about his 5-year-old son at dinner. He had ever been married to the boy's mother but had lived with her for 2 years, and they had remained friends. And he said he saw the boy as often as he could. He was planning to spend Christmas with him, and Liz was meeting Jean Louis in Paris the day after. She had a major jewelry shoot there after the first of the year, and she was going to spend a week with Jean Louis between Christmas and New Year's. Annie was intrigued to hear he had a son and wondered how Liz felt about it. But she didn't seem to mind. It seemed so grown up for Liz to be dating a man with a child. But she was old enough to take it on if that was what she wanted. Annie wasn't quite sure. Liz seemed no more serious about Jean Louis than she had about the lookalikes who came before him, and he seemed no more serious about her, although he was very flirtatious with her, and Annie found them kissing passionately in the kitchen. She suspected the relationship was about sex and enjoying each other's company. It made her feel old to see it, and for a moment she wondered if Whitney was right. Annie had put that part of her life away on a shelf and forgotten all about it. But it seemed like too much trouble to remember. Those games belongs to youth. Watching Jean Louis and Liz suddenly made her feel ancient. She had traded her own youth for surrogate motherhood to her sister's children. Even now, it seemed like the right thing to do and a fair trade, and she didn't regret it.